Okay, and we're back now, and I've worked a series of decreases all up to form my toe. And while this is smaller than a regular sock, this is the top side of the toe with my provisional cast on down here, and I've worked a series of decreases to shape the toe. Now you're probably thinking that this toe needs another side to it, and yes, it does, but in the next video I will show you how to turn the toe and go along your back side and pick up so that you get a beautiful three-dimensional toe that actually goes on over your foot. The front is worked flat and the back is worked flat, and there are no seams. Everything is flat and beautiful. But now we're going back to our invisible cast on, and I'm going to show you how to get those live stitches from it. So we're just going to flip it up this way, and if we can zoom in on this, you can see that here is your provisional yarn, the blue yarn, and right under that provisional yarn you have two beautiful legs of a stitch. And every bead of provisional yarn that you have two legs of a stitch. And these are very easy to see, they're very easy to pick up, and this is why I love this cast on, and it also yields the same number of stitches that you've cast on. So what I'm going to do, and because I'm right-handed, I start right to left. If you were left-handed, you would go the other way. We're going to find those two stitches under each bead, and I'm just going to run my empty needle through those two stitches. And there should be 18 of them. And once you've done this one time, you will just forever love this cast on. It does not require a crochet hook, and it's just easy and wonderful to do. And here are all my live stitches now on my needle. And if we can zoom in on that, you can see even better now that each one has a bead of the provisional yarn above it and two stitches under it. Now all I have to do is pull out my provisional yarn, and in this case, this kind of cast on, you can't just pull the yarn and it'll all unzip. You actually have to pick it out. So what I'm first going to do is get rid of my long tail. And I like to use a seam ripper, and instead of going through the bead of yarn, which might cut my stitches accidentally, I go in between the stitches, and I just go in between each one with the seam ripper and give it a clip. And already you can see that this yarn is coming out very easily. Go back to here, and one more. And now all I do is carefully just pull this out. Sometimes it hasn't gone through the whole thread. And there you see this live stitches right on the needle, just lined up perfectly in order. Now there is one thing that I have to tell you about this cast on. And there they all are. The first two stitches, if we can zoom in on these first two, the first two sometimes are twisted around each other in the back. So what you have to do is carefully separate them. And the other thing you have to do is check to make sure that they're mounted in the correct direction. So some of them have the left leg facing, which is the first one. So in order to flip that one around, all you have to do is knit through the back of it. And thereafter they'll be alternated, right leg facing, left leg facing. And so you just knit through the backs of the left leg facing ones. So here you are with your beautiful toe and your stitches. Now all you have to do is turn your toe. You're going to work a series of rows across the back to do the back side of your toe, and then everything gets united in the round. And these are your provisional stitches that you pulled out. When you're done working the back side of your toe, you have live stitches here. Everything gets united around, and you work the foot of your sock. And there you have it. Voila! The perfect Strick-ly Socks provisional cast on flat toes